Hi there everyone, welcome to Hot Stocks. You heard out the big ET Now exclusive, Shankar Sharma in conversation with ET Now talking about the impact of demonetization on the markets. Marginal rebound is what you're seeing at 78,977 on the index right now. You've got it recovering a little bit from the day's low, but let's move right on to corporate voices today on Hot Stocks. Sobha is in focus on the back of its earnings. Sharma, who's the Vice Chairman Managing Director with us on the show. Thank you for joining in. Can you just walk us through the highlights and tell us what stood out in terms of your performance in Q2?
We have just come out with our second quarter unaudited, consolidated and standalone financial results for the quarter ended September 2016. As you will observe, this was another one quarter of sustained performance both on operational front as well as on the financial front. The company had done 8.6 million square feet of new sales. Company has collected 6.36 billion of cash from its customers. Its net operational cash flow of rupees 852 million was one of the better second quarter performance. The debt equity ratio stood at 0.81. The cost of borrowing came down to 11.26%, and it recognized a top line of about 5.52 billion for the quarter, out of which about 2 billion had come from the contracting revenue and the remaining had come through its real estate operations. It had an EBITDA of 1.12 billion with a margin of 20%, PBT at 612 million.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about Mr. Sharma. Everyone's been discussing the impact of demonetization and especially on the real estate sector, which would be adversely impacted. So you tell us, how many quarters of demand delay are you expecting in the present context on the back of demonetization?
This year, on 8th of November 2016, the decision taken of taking out rupees 500 and rupees 1000 currency note, it has been unprecedented in size and scale, looking at a country like India with such a large economy on which 86% of the currency, if it is taken out, where still India is only 53% banked according to my information, was a step India was not prepared for. But since the Prime Minister felt that there has to be an element of surprise and it will be in the larger interest of the nation, the decision was taken. As far as its impact on the real estate sector is concerned, Sobha is of a firm view that looking at its constituents, where only 7% of its customer base is from the informal economy, what we call businessmen and entrepreneurs, and almost 93% of its customer base is coming out of these white-collar jobs, we believe this demonetization should help the real estate sector in a mid to long-term basis.
Well, that's an interesting view, Mr. Sharma. Let's also talk about what kind of outlook you expect from the RBI. Do you foresee a rate cut in the immediate future? And how does that augur for your demand?
We have data which says that 56% of our customers, they go for home loans. And we have also data where almost 20% of the customers today, they are within the age group of 21 years to 30 years. Now looking at that, the lot of liquidity will lead to lowering of savings rate, lowering of interest rates on the home loan and the IT benefits. We are of the firm belief that this step of demonetization should help in bringing down the interest cost, the EMI cost, and historically it is seen whenever the interest cost comes down, the real estate takes off.
So in the wake of these developments, how confident are you of striking to the guidance of new sales volumes of 3.5 million square feet and 2,000 crores?
See, till now we have been on track. In our board meeting, we did discuss this issue. Since the demonetization has happened only 10 days back, we believe that we need to wait and watch before we come to any conclusion. Because our belief is that this year the budget has been preponed by 1 month. There will be certain series of decisions taken to stimulate the demand as well. At the same time, short term, there may be a demand contraction. So as far as this quarter is concerned, we feel that it will be a bit slow, but we cannot be sure about the next quarter. So the board decided that any guidance related things, they will deliberate and will come out with a firm view in the next quarter.
Okay, thanks very much for sharing with us the outlook for the company as well as the impact of demonetization. NHPC then in focus, margins have contracted, profits have come in at 1554 crores, higher by about 28%. We have Mr. K.M. Singh, Chairman Managing Director, joining in first on ET Now. Welcome to Hot Stocks, Mr. Singh. Thank you for joining in. Let's chat about the quarter. What was your Q2 average plant load factor and some of the incentives received?
Yes, average plant availability factor we have received 95.2%, and on that above NAPF we have received the incentive of 143 crore during this quarter.
Okay, and can you tell us on the wind power front, what kind of capacity are you expecting?
The 50 megawatt we have already commissioned in October, and 72 plus 1688 megawatt is on the line. Within a year, I hope we'll commission this one.
What is the update on the Teesta 4 hydro projects? Have you been in talks with the Sikkim government for this project, and what kind of feedback have you received so far?
Teesta 4, I have met CM Sikkim 2 times, and out of 10 villages, 7 FRA has been completed. 8th village is tomorrow, 9th village is on 28th, and last village will be somewhere first week of the December. Maximum by 15th will complete the FRA. However, as per the legal requirement, 70% is required. So we have already crossed, but certainly we'll go for 100% and we'll get it.
Okay, sounds encouraging. Let's talk a little bit, Mr. Singh, about your margins. Where do you see them headed, your margins and your revenue growth?
See, regarding margin, you see, this TLDP4, we have commissioned 2 machines of 40 megawatt each. One is July and other is in August during Q2. And wherever expenditure we have loaded on the full quarter, and gain we have received for only 2 months. That is the reason we have not received much margin, but we have gone in negative with the corresponding previous year. And profit, we have registered a profit of around 28% during this quarter, and this quarter total 1555 crores we have received, and half yearly also we have registered around 20% increase to 2412 crores.
Okay, thanks so much for joining in and giving us a view on what you're expecting for the quarters ahead, as well as the updates on some of your key projects and capacity expansion plans. Let's get Amar Singh on the show for some technical takes. And Amar, run us through your top calls.
Yeah, the first one is Voltas. There is a sell in Voltas at 295, with a stop loss of 304 and a target of 280 levels. We've seen this stock correct from almost 400 levels, and the demonetization is also expected to impact this sector, consumer goods sector, so Voltas is no exception. The second stock is GAIL India. So GAIL is a sell at 418 with a stop loss of 429 and a target of 395. This stock has also corrected 10%, so this can be a shorting opportunity. The third stock is Merck, which is on the buy side because we are seeing some positive developments on the pharma sector. Merck has not corrected so in spite of this heavy sell-off which we witnessed across the board. So Merck is a buy at 865 levels with a stop loss of 844 and a target of 907.
Okay, thanks very much for sharing with us your top recommendations. Completely out of time on this short and sweet version of Hot Stocks. Coming up next is BNSN.